How many of you have ever ordered food online or gone through a drive-through or, even did a takeout kind of an order, right? I think all of us have over the last couple of years. But did you know that almost 100 years ago, that wasn't even a thing? If you wanted to eat outside of your house, you had to go and dine in the restaurant. There was no drive-through, there was no delivery, there was no pickup, right? All of those things were future innovations that we just now take for granted that this is part of our normal life. Well, all of those things all had to be thought of by somebody, right? We're talking today about how to further get ideas about how to innovate around your business. And one of those examples of innovation that we've seen that jumps from one industry to another is actually the drive-through delivery services and takeout things, right? Especially in the last couple of years, that the food industry, fast food, really, they all came on the scene to make it fast food, right? Convenient. They want you so you can go order and get your food in just a few minutes. That's why it's called fast food. It's very fast in theory. And so they've tried to develop ways and techniques to getting the food fast to you. One of those has been the drive-through. To increase the traffic that comes through and get more people there is to get it as fast as they can. And so there's the drive-through. Sonic has the pull-up window where you can push the red button or use the app now to order things and they bring it to you. There's restaurants that are now called fast casual, where it's not quite a sit-down restaurant, but it's also not a fast food restaurant, right? There's kind of that in between. And so there's a lot of the food industry is really a good one to look at because we've all experienced that. It's helpful to help us understand what we mean by innovation and making sure that we are staying relevant in our businesses through innovation, through making sure our unique offering stays unique. And that's what we're talking about today. In order to stay relevant in your business, you've got to come up with new ideas, new ways to make your services and offerings continually unique in your shop. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your questions around how you can innovate and make your shop and store very unique and desirable, and how your innovation methods are going. What are the things that you've tried that have just flopped on their face, and what things have you tried that have just gone gangbuster and done really well? Right? We know that being innovative is key to staying in business a long time, even if it's just small little tweaks. We know that getting new lines of fabric or different brands, different designers, whatever, we have to change some things in the business in order to maintain staying in business. Sometimes those changes are really small, sometimes those changes are really big. So my name is Jacob Curtis. I am the founder of Curtis Counting Solutions and the co-owner of Utah Valley Quilting. And that's what we're talking about today is where do you go to get the ideas to implement in your business, whether they're big ideas or small ideas. How do you innovate? Where do those innovation ideas actually come from? And so one of those techniques can be found in the Pumpkin Plan. It's called the blending technique. And you can actually go to my website at curtisaccountingsolutions.com/resources, and you can download the guide for this. It's called the Blend Technique Guide. You can download this, use it to help you innovate and think about how you can get different ideas in your business. So the very first step is to actually think about all the businesses and companies you interact with and that are outside of your own industry. Okay, we don't want to think about businesses inside your industry. Think about what they are, what they do. Write down 5 specific companies. The next step is then take those 5 companies and for each one, write down 3 specific things that you really like about them. What they're, whether it's product or service or what their customer service. What are the 3 specific things that you really like about them? Try to keep these to the services and products that this company is offering. It'll help you on the next step there. So for 3 to 5 companies, write down their name, who the company is, and then 3 to 5 service, or at least 3 services that each of them that you really that they deliver to you that you love. Okay. The next step then is to look at your list. Now you should have anywhere from 9 to 15 different lists of products or services that you absolutely admire, that you love. Look at these and highlight the ones that you could implement in your store. Maybe you can start offering this to your customers because that's a very high need that they want. They need that thing. It would make your life easier, it'd make their life easier. What is it that is going to keep you relevant to them, right? And maybe it's things that you could actually adjust. Maybe you need to modify some of those things, but still implement the idea. Just like the drive-through, right? McDonald's, you drive through and get your burger and fries and your Coke. At the pharmacy, it's still a drive-through, but you're getting instead your medicine and things like that. So very, very different, right? But it's still the same principle. It's still a drive-through. So what kind of things could you pick up and put in your business? And that's going to be the key to making sure that you can always stay relevant. I recommend doing this exercise at least quarterly, even if the changes aren't big from quarter to quarter. Over the course of time, you'll see your business morph, and the change that it was a year ago or 2 or 3 or 5 years ago will be very big difference to as it is today. And these are all things that will help you stay relevant. We know that changing and being innovative in your business is really important, especially when you're forced to do it, like we have been over the last couple of years, right? A lot of businesses were forced to close their doors, and they had to they had to figure out ways to stay open, right? There was some government assistance, but not all of businesses took that assistance or wasn't even enough for them, right? And so a lot of times what we'll do is we'll end up we had to change. We had to start selling online. And so that's what we want to do. We want to be able to be the first to make the change that is big. Now, not every change is going to be gangbuster and work. Sometimes you're going to flop, and that just happens. That's part of doing business, and that's what we need to understand and watch. But the point is that when you do flop, that you continue to change and iterate and make adjustments to make it work for you. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear about this. Again, you can go to curtisaccountingsolutions.com/resources and download the free guide, the blend technique guide there. There's lots of other resources on there available for you as well, but I recommend this is the one we're talking about today. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, my website, YouTube. Again, that's curtisaccountingsolutions.com, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.